Alright, we're back. The villains video didn't work before, so now it works this time. Hopefully. Um, alright, Season 1 winner, Jacob Ruki, Season 2 host with JJ. And, alright, so the villains. Alright, so where do you want to start again?
Well, last time we started with Tyler, so let's start with him again. In the second season, he made it really far, so I think that might be a disadvantage for him this season because he's going to be seen as a threat.
He's super aggressive.
Um, but again, he is a good player, so I think if he's careful in a social game, that Tyler could make it to the top three.
Yeah, I said Tyler would be in top 3 as well. If he works on his social game, he could easily get first. But with the people we have him up against, I feel like he's not going to get any jury votes. But it will depend. And he has his final tribal speech to the jury was not good last season. So if he has a replica of that, I think that was his biggest mistake in the game, was not having a good speech to the jury of why he should have won. He had it too long and too drawn out, and it turned the jury away.
Speaking of Tyler, that brings us to our one of our other players in the Villains tribe is Ben, who last time him and Tyler had a tight alliance, and Ben got pretty far in the game with Tyler, but I don't know this game since it's a redemption season if the alliance is going to stay there. If it does, then I don't know how well that's going to work out. I think Ben should honestly go and try to play his own game and be his own man.
I think, yeah, that's probably the best thing for Ben's game is to do that this time. But the question is, will he? I'm not really sure. That remains to be seen. It's a possibility though. And yeah, Ben, Ben, I have him at ninth because I feel like Tyler will be willing to cut him loose. But maybe not. Maybe Tyler will want to keep him to the end, and maybe he'll because maybe Tyler will find an idol because he did the thing where he played it on Ben last time and took out a huge threat. So maybe he'll try that again.
Other players on the Villains tribe include Mitch.
Mitch, the first boot. God. Mitch, yeah, he doesn't know exactly how he comes off to people sometimes, and you have him going far, and you know, I like, I'm nice to him. I'm nice to everybody. Like I don't try to just be a jerk. But he can be grating on a lot of people, but maybe he'll surprise everybody and just come out strong. And told me he was already going to target Tyler, so I don't know how that's going to go for him if he can convince people or if they just won't listen to him or.
Targeting Tyler is an interesting move to make right off the bat. I mean, Tyler is a strong player, so that's not necessarily the best move for the tribe. But on an individual level, that is pretty good because getting the strong players out means you have a better chance of going farther. Mitch, we haven't seen him play, so he's really kind of a wild card.
Yeah, exactly. If Tyler goes out first, then we know Mitch is there to play, and we know that everybody else is there to play as well.
Being a wild card is going to give Mitch an advantage too because people don't know what his strengths and weaknesses are. So, he really he could go anywhere. He might get voted out first. He might go to the end. We'll just have to wait and see.
I don't think he can win though, even if he does get to the end. Just saying it. I just knowing who the jury is, but he could get to the end, but he's going to be the GOAT.
uh, Also, we had who else was on Villains?
Connor Rowley. He was another aggressive player. First season I played with him, he tried to cut my throat in the end. Made a huge move, and if he succeeded at Final Four, then I would have voted for him to win. And I'm excited to see him play again. And I know him and Kearney will have an alliance, cross tribal, and we'll see how if that plays out if they can both get to the merge. And you had Connor going out at eighth, and I think he will make it to the finals with Tyler and Kearney because I think I don't know if they make it to the merge. I feel like they're gonna target all those big guys, but maybe someone like Silas will get rid of someone like Connor right away, knowing that that is a huge strategic threat.
Yeah, my thinking with Connor is it's difficult when you have multiple really aggressive people in the same tribe because the Villains tribe has like Connor and Tyler who are both really aggressive players, and we could see that like break the tribe apart. Also, being aggressive and backstabbing people, that's a risky thing socially. So Connor is a strong player, but if he's not careful, he could make some enemies, which, if he gets to the jury, making enemies is a really bad thing.
Hmm. All right, our last person is Caleb Wood, another good friend of mine. I hang out with him when I'm home. I think Caleb, last time I unfortunately kicked him out in seventh place because it didn't seem like he cared. I regret it, but I think other people have told me that it just didn't seem like he cared as much, and I mean the outcome that I liked, where it was Tyler and Demir in the final two and Demir winning, that happened, so I guess I'm happy about that. So
We'll just have to see Caleb if he really didn't care last season or if it just came off that way. Well, he'll just have to prove himself this season, and we'll see.
yeah, hopefully he does prove himself this season. And I had Caleb going out around the same spot, sixth place this time, and it won't be because he's kicked out. It's because he will be voted out as a huge threat physically. But he's very manipulative, or he can be, and I want to see that this time.
Yeah, overall with the redemption season, I think strong players from previous seasons are going to be seen as threats, and there could definitely be some upsets this season with people who you wouldn't think necessarily of as a huge threat getting farther because they aren't a huge threat. So they get the other people out first.
Yeah. All right. So if you were playing in this second chance season, like let's say, that, I guess that it was a full-on All Stars, and I was in it, and you were in it because you were like a fill-in or something, just spitballing. Uh, who would you align with and why?
I think at most I would align with two other people because, especially when you only have 10 people, too big of an alliance is going to be hard because when you break it apart, you're going to have lots of people who are not happy with you.
Yeah.
Um, Looking at the players, uh, that's a tough one, honestly. I think I might have to go Silas and Lee because they're brother and sister, so they already are likely to have an alliance with each other. And being a part of an already strong alliance is good. I mean, that means that if it gets down to final three, that I would be the target out of those three. But hopefully by then, I would be able to maneuver something else.
Yeah. So I guess I'll pick two as well. I guess to make it fair.
I mean, you don't have to pick two. Just who
All
would you
right.
ally with?
I would definitely lie with Kearney, my man. I have that sounded really wrong. Sorry. My partner in crime. I have to go with Kearney to the we trust each other. There's no way we cut each other's throat. So we definitely make an alliance again. Tyler, might be hard to trust the dude, but I feel like we could work together and dominate the game. And my final person, I'll pick one more because I feel like a four-person alliance is a great thing. Ooh, that's a tough one, and I'm going to have to say I'd align with Samir because he's a good friend of mine, and I could definitely trust him because he's also super loyal. All right, so who would you target first?
Uh, you? No. Um,
I do the same.
in the hypothetical scenario, I would assume that we'd both be playing the game with the alliances we had. I would probably target someone from your alliance to get them out
Hmm.
because breaking up the other alliance would be strategically the best thing to do. And then you've won before, so actually you would make the most sense.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. I mean, okay, let's take it from a different scenario. Out of the people that are actually playing, like, who would you like? Let's say, put yourself in Silas's shoes. I guess I should say. Who would you target first?
I'm inclined to say Tyler because he is a strong player. Um, However, I feel like that's going to make him a target early on, anyways, from other people. So a better use would probably be someone who is a target, like someone else who is a target, like for instance Connor, but maybe not so much on everyone's radar.
Yeah. So, and for the Heroes tribe, who would, if you were Silas, who would you target? Like, if your tribe lost, would you target Lee to keep the tribe strong, or would you go for someone like Grant, who might come out as a strong leader, or target Kearney or Samir?
I don't know. That's a tough one because I mean everyone in the Heroes tribe really has social game going for them, so I feel like they're all going to connect with each other. Uh, yeah, I think what you said about Grant, like you got to get the other strong people out first because when it's this few players, then you really got to get your strong people out and deal with the people who you think are going to be easier to take in the end game. You have to take them to the finals.
Yeah. All right. So if I was Kearney, that wouldn't be a bad plan to go for Grant. It just depends. Kearney had told me tonight that he was planning on going with the flow. I mean, I probably shouldn't be sharing all this if other people are going to watch, but sorry, man. But I think if I was Kearney, I would probably take out Lee first, keep the tribe strong, and she's such a wild card from, I played fake games with her, and like fake survivor games just for fun, and she voted, we didn't know wherever her head was at. She was so indecisive, wouldn't give us a straight answer. So that's someone I would target first because I have no idea where she stands. But then again, she's not a threat. So if I was Kearney, maybe I'd target Grant as well.
All right. Cool. Well, that's our predictions for this upcoming season.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah, stay tuned this December, Survivor Club Season 3, Second Chance, featuring 3 players from Season 1 and 7 players from Season 2, coming back, hosted by myself and Demira Gabisa, the Season 2 winner. And, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I just can't wait. Thank you. Goodbye.